Rumor has it that we might get to see Gervonta Tank Davis back in action, back in the ring, sooner than we thought. Maybe in December of 2023 at the end of the year, or maybe early 2024. But I'm hearing rumors that it might be December, and a lot of us are expecting it to be Isak Cruz, the Isak Cruz rematch. Even though you guys already know I don't care to see, like, I'm going to watch it, don't get me wrong. I just don't care for it as much as obviously you'd care for like a Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. You know, those opponents for Tank, those would get me more excited. Even Vasily Lomachenko fight. But it doesn't seem like that's what Tank or his team really wants right now. And I know Tank wants to fight the best. I just know that it's not always their decision, even though at the end of the day that it's the fighters who are signing the contract. Like, there's so much that goes into you know, negotiating contracts and making sure that both fighters are willing to sign that dotted line and make the fight happen. So it's more complex than we know. It's not so much that fighters are scared. They're not trying to fight the best. They want to make fights happen, but it's not easy to satisfy both the financial, you know, the business needs, and then at the same time, you know, the competitive aspect of the sport. You know, it's hard to check both those boxes. So I guess we're gonna get Tank and Isak Cruz for the second time. Hopefully Tank knocks Isak Cruz out so that we could get to the real deal. Like, I want to see Tank in there and get tested. Like, I'm tired of seeing it. Like, don't get me wrong, Ryan Garcia and Tank, that was a, you know, $1.2 million pay-per-view buys, you know, rightfully so. Both guys have tremendous followings, major followings, crossing platforms and bringing people to watch the sport of boxing that maybe have never seen a boxing match before. You know, that's all great. I love to hear all of that. You know, it's great for the sport in that regard. But, you know, I want to see Shakur Stevenson. I want to see Devin Haney. I want to see Vasily Lomachenko in there with Tank. I think that I really want to see Tank get tested like that. You know, despite the fight with Ryan, $1.2 million pay-per-view buys, all that's great, but Ryan's dangerous, don't get me wrong, but I just want to see someone with that same skill set. You know, just to have the basics down, the fundamentals down of, you know, maybe that certain style of hit and don't get hit, like that's the kind of stuff I want to see. And I think guys like Devin, guys like Shakur, they can pose that threat for Tank, as opposed to guys like Ryan, who they're great fighters, you know, well decorated amateurs, great pro backgrounds, but like at the same time there's a disparity in the ability to stay disciplined against a guy like Tank. You know, sometimes you have to make it a boring fight. Sometimes you have to resist the urge to get into a firefight, and that's what guys like Shakur and Devin do best. So I'm curious to see those kinds of guys face Tank, because I want to see how Tank reacts to getting tested. Is he going to get frustrated, you know, when he actually has to go hunt for his food, as opposed to being that counter puncher and, you know, waiting for other guys to make the mistake? What's going to happen when guys like Devin and guys like Shakur are the ones waiting for Tank to make a mistake? Is that going to affect Tank? Is that going to rattle him, or is he going to be able to hold his own? You know, throughout that 12-round duration, we know Tank is dangerous at any moment. So that's what makes it interesting for both Tank and, you know, his opponent, whether it's Shakur, whether it's Devin. So, like, those are the fights we want to see Gervonta Davis. And now that he's a superstar, now that he's selling out arenas, you know, doing $1.2 million pay-per-view buys, don't get me wrong, Ryan Garcia had his hand in that, you know, in that jar as well, you know, contributing to that great number of pay-per-view buys. But at the same time, Tank does have his own following. People come to see Tank because he brings that electricity to the crowd. He brings that star appeal, and he has the performances to back it up. That's what makes him Gervonta Davis. Like, a lot of people, we talked about Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, and notice how it only did 650,000 pay-per-view buys. Don't get me wrong, that's great, but compared to Ryan and Tank, guys who maybe aren't as accomplished as Spence and Bud are, but still making more pay-per-view wise, that has to say something about how marketable, you know, both guys are. But specifically, you have to highlight Tank because he also got the job done. You know, he also got the win, and that just goes to show, like, the hype is real. Like, there can be hype, and with all due respect to Ryan Garcia, just based on the performance against Tank, the hype wasn't real because he told us he was going to do this. He told us he was going to do that, but he wasn't able to. Not to say that, you know, to discredit Ryan or anything. It's not easy to beat a guy like Tank. You're basically fighting one of the best, if not the best fighter, you know, in the welterweight, not the welterweight, the lightweight division. So there's no shame in that. But at the same time, like, Tank is going to be the star at the end of the day because he got the job done. It's just like, it's frustrating to see Tank in fights where you kind of know what's going to happen, but at the same time, like, I'm sure he wants to get Shakur. He said he wants to get Shakur. He wants to get Devin. He wants to get Tiafimo, but it all comes with time. And I know he has a team advising him, and they're going to put him in the best positions to make a lot of money with the lowest amount of risk. That's just how the sport works. But I'm just so ready to see Tank get like really tested. And even if like he gets in the ring with guys like Shakur and Devin, and then you know, it ends up not being even close, and let's say you know, Devin and Shakur can't handle Tank and he steamrolls them, you know, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't think that would happen. I think they'd be competitive fights. But even if that were to happen, I'd be happy to say, like, I saw those fights instead of, you know, waiting for them to happen, like, too long. And then these guys aren't in their primes anymore. We want to get these fights when we want to see them. That's why I was so appreciative of Ryan and Tank happening when it did, even though it maybe wasn't the outcome that, you know, a lot of fans wanted to see. Maybe people wanted to see Ryan get put to sleep, but I thought it was a good fight. I thought it was, you know, what we expected, but at the same time, it was entertaining for, you know, boxing fans and, you know, just people in general who wanted to see what boxing was about when it comes to, you know, selling pay-per-views and at the same time a high level of talent, you know, in terms of, you know, regarding Tank and then Ryan being a warrior, but at the same time not having enough to, you know, handle what Tank was bringing to the table. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys excited about Isak, Cruz, and Tank Part 2? If that is the road that, you know, Tank is going to take, which it seems like it is, are you guys ready for it? Are you guys excited about that, or do you guys want to see something else? Like, I'd rather see something else, but I'll watch it if it's on. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another NASFight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.